like till I can't no more.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sir Kirby Link Auditorium after intermission for dinner. We are now ready to present before you Condon House's production, Play On. We shall be very grateful to everyone for turning off their cell phones and all electronic devices. We ask that you refrain from taking any pictures during the performance. The performance will be filmed by us, and some of our students will be taking lots of photographs that they will be happy to share with you and your children later on. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please take a moment to locate the exit nearest to you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Condon House's delightful comedy, Play On. Have you ever wondered what it's like behind the stage of a theatre production, what the rehearsals and the dress rehearsal look like, as well as what happens just before the audience is allowed into the theatre?
Well, wonder no more, as you will find out in this year's Condon House production of Play On, written by Rick Abbott.
Community Theatre Director Geraldine Jerry Dunbar, alongside her stage manager and prompter Aggie Manville, tries to stage a new play, Murder Most Foul, written by a novice playwright in the community, Phyllis Montague.
A new murder mystery play with the same name as an Agatha Christie novel, but with no relation whatsoever.
Jerry thought it was a good idea, since the inexperienced playwright has agreed to let the company perform the show for no charge.
What seemed like a blessing at first turns out to be the greatest nightmare any director would ever face. The playwright constantly keeps adding new scenes, new characters, and changing the identity of the murderer as opening night approaches.
And to top it all off, the murder mystery plot doesn't really have a murder. All disasters come to fruition in Act 3, when the company performs the actual show, with hilarious mishaps at...
Play On is a hilarious love letter to community theatre.
Will Murder Most Foul be performed in front of actual audiences in the end?
Or is the production doomed from the very beginning?
Yoo-hoo! Rishabh, that sounded like Miss Montague.
Probably with 5 new pages of rewrites.
Well, you will find out by watching the performance of Condon House in Play On.
Okay, hold it, that's fine. Jerry, how's that? Where's the upstage corridor wall? Aggie, I thought I told you. It was too wobbly. They're putting on a couple more braces. I hope they don't make them too bulky. Our people have to be able to cross backstage behind that thing.
That's what I told them. All we need is somebody breaking a leg.
Where are our players?
Going over their lines. You want them?
Of course I want them. It's only 3 days until dress rehearsal. We've got to get this show moving.
Hey, on stage, everybody!
Louis, don't you have any work to do?
Aggie said everybody.
I didn't mean you.
Well, I'm somebody.
Everybody in the play, Louis.
She should have said so.
Now, is everybody here?
Not counting Louis.
I know, Violet, I know.
Can we please get on with the rehearsal?
Hey, Jerry, does he have to do that now?
Louis!
What?
Do you have to do that now?
You want that corridor wall or don't you?
Isn't there anything else you can work on?
I guess.
Good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us take the action from the top of Act 3. We've wasted enough time already.
I've been ready for half an hour.
Who hasn't?
I'm sorry I was late. We've only got the 1 car and Frank had to work late.
Oh, come on, Jerry. You should have called me. I go right by your place.
Yeah, Saul picks me up every rehearsal.
Does Margie know that?
Oh, come on, Billy. Sweet is 17. Can't have a biking after dark.
People, can we have these charming conversations later? We've got to get this show rehearsed.
That's what I've been saying all along. Haven't I, Henry?
Yes, dear.
Polly, we're all as anxious as you are. This is a new play by a first author, and we want to do it justice.
Justice tempered with mercy.
I happen to think it's a lovely play.
Sure you do. You've got the fattest pie.
How dare you?
Darling, he means you have most of the lines, honey.
I know very well what he meant.
Might I remind you all that the author will be here at dress rehearsal, and we still haven't learned the 3rd act. And what about those scripts? We should have been off book 2 weeks ago.
I know my lines.
And I know mine.
How about the rest of you?
Pretty much.
Should I come in?
No, as soon as I give the signal. All right, everybody, top of Act 3. Lights.
Lord Dudley, you give the most charming parties.
Louis!
What now?
What are you doing with the lights?
But you said...
That was for the players, Louis. We're starting the act, not ending it.
Well, I was only doing my job.
Now leave it alone, Louis, all right? All right? Can you
Fine by
answer
me.
Good. Let's take this thing from the top.
Lord Dudley, you give the most charming parties in the whole of England.
Ah, Diana, you are too kind. Our pity Sir Percival could not be here. Huh?
You know, I'm worried about Percival. He's never accepted an invitation to one of our parties and then not shown up. At least, not without sending word.
Oh, is that me?
I thought you knew your lines, Billy.
I know my lines. I just forgot what I'm supposed to say then.
I can't stand it. He is doing this on purpose. I know he is.
Polly, sit down. Billy, pay attention to the cues. Take it back a line and we'll start again.
Whose line is it?
Polly's. Aggie, why are you still on stage?
If I stay in the wings, I can't hear them.
Well, if you heard them, why didn't you throw Billy his line?
Because you said not to throw them any lines unless they asked for them. I thought he was just pausing before speaking.
All right. Aggie, get the hell off the stage. All right, everybody, back to positions. From the top.
Do we have to?
Yes!
You don't have to yell.
That's what you think. Now, shall we begin once again?
Yeah.
Good. Violet, go ahead.
Lord Dudley, you give the most charming parties in the whole of England.
Ah, Diana, you are too kind. Our pity Sir Percival could not be here. Huh?
You know, I'm worried about Percival. He's never accepted an invitation to one of our parties and then not shown up. At least, not without sending word.
Ah, but Lady Margaret, he might have had motor trouble.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he hasn't had an accident. These roads can be treacherous at night. Begging your pardon, my lord, but should we delay dinner any longer?
No, I think not. Can't wait for Sir Percival forever. Shall we, my dear?
I suppose so, but don't you think someone should call Percival's flat and ascertain the reason for his absence?
Do you know, that might be a sound idea. There's something distinctly odd about all of this.
All of what, Billy?
Violet, you did it again.
Did what?
Call me by my real name. I'm Stephen Sellers, and you're Diana Lassiter. Is that really hard to remember?
Billy, do you mind?
Oh, sorry, Jay.
Take it from Violet's line.
Okay. All of what, Stephen?
Line.
This business about Percival.
Yeah, got it. This business about Percival and the necklace. He did say he was bringing it tonight, Lady Margaret.
Well, actually, I never spoke with him directly, but there was a message delivered this morning in the post.
What? On St. Swithin's Day?
By Jove! I never thought of that. Margaret, are you certain about that message?
Why? Come to think of it, no!
You didn't receive a message?
Oh, yes, I did. But now I wonder if it were actually from Percival.
Aha! I should very much like to see that telegram.
No. You've jumped the lines, Billy.
Oh, sorry. Just a moment. But did it come by post?
I assumed it had, but...
Assumed? You mean you didn't actually see the message?
Why?
No! Then how did you know its content? Content!
Why? Oh, Dr. Forbes told me what it had said.
Why? Is there any reason I shouldn't have?
Why? No, of course not, old chap. Only if there was no delivery of the postage, then how?
It was not a letter, it was a telegram.
Now you say that line, the one you jumped before.
Aha! I should very much like to see that cablegram.
Telegram!
Oh, well, what difference does it make?
None. But if Saul says telegram, then you say telegram.
What do you mean if I always say telegram?
I don't give a hoot in hell who says what. Can we get on with this disaster?
Maybe if we get through this thing once, guys, we could start polishing our parts.
And when do we get the real furniture? These plastic chairs are painful to work on.
But they help you polish your parts.
There! He's doing it again!
Saul, will you stop with the jokes and buckle down to work?
I was just trying to ease the tension.
Look, Saul. The jokes about Polly are causing the tension.
Okay, fine. No more jokes. Can you please get on with this?
Louis!
I thought I could get the job finished while nobody was working.
We are working!
Well, damn it, Jerry, why didn't you say so? I'm gonna make some coffee.
Fine. Now, please, everybody into position and we'll take it off from Billy's line.
Aha! I should very much like to see that telegram.
Well, as a matter of fact, I don't have it. The message was phoned from a telegraph office.
Doris, have there been any telephone messages this evening?
Now listen, you insolent young pup. Are you doubting my word?
Oh, of course he isn't, Rex. Stephen, you should apologize to Dr. Ford.
Oh, I shall, as soon as Doris answers my question.
What was that? Louis dropped the coffee cup tray.
You bumped it out of my hands.
The hell I did.
Did anything break?
I don't think so.
He bent one of the spoons.
That was bent.
Guys, can you hold it down, please? Okay, let's take it from where we left off.
No, sir.
What? Are you quite sure?
The telephone has been out of order since this afternoon. Mum!
No. Wait, Smitty. That's short from madam. It doesn't mean the phone was keeping mum.
Oh, I see. Out of order since this afternoon, Mum.
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Forbes?
Saul, that's your cue.
Wait, that's coming too early. We skipped a page.
Aggie,
Hold on, I'm trying to find the place. What page are you on?
I left my script at home. I was so anxious to get the car that as soon as Frank came in, I took right off without thinking about it.
You know, I think Saul's right. We go right from page 32 to page 34. Who's got a complete script?
I've got it, page 33. Saul's right. We skipped the whole bit about the diamond necklace.
How come I don't have that page?
Oh dear, maybe I miscounted when I was getting the Xeroxes made. Does everyone else have it?
Yes.
Good, then let's back up and do the part we skipped.
How can I follow along without that page?
You can have my copy. I know my lines. If I ever get the chance to say them.
Say, while we're stopped, I've got a question.
What?
It's about the play's title. Isn't that a steal from something else? An old Agatha Christie movie, I think it was.
Oh, I don't think Phyllis Montague would steal a title, Billy.
There's no way she could. You can't copyright a title. It's the law.
Even if that's true, what about the play's advertising? Won't some people think the show is by Agatha Christie?
So much the better for our box office.
And it is a murder mystery, Billy. So no one gets hurt.
Doesn't sound like much of a murder mystery if no one gets hurt. But I thought that Sir Percival got bummed off by Dr. Forbes.
Stop it, all of you. Smitty, listen to me. This is important. You mustn't take your cue from the words alone. Pay attention to the plot. Then you'll know when to enter, even if Violet says a line wrong. Don't you see?
I didn't say my line wrong.
Yeah, you didn't say it at all.
But how could I? Miss Mitty came in early.
All right. Do your arguing in your own time.
Finally, I could use a cup.
But we've barely gotten started. Listen, maybe a break is a good idea. Let us all have a cup, then take this thing from the top and get it right.
Now you're talking.
Aggie, don't go yet. I want to talk to you. I'm getting very worried about our progress.
What progress?
I know what you mean, Aggie. We've never been this far behind on a show.
It's not your fault, Jerry. We've never had this illustrious author in the hair before either. If Phyllis didn't keep writing the damn show while the cast is still trying to learn it.
She's promised not to change anything else, Aggie.
What do you want to bet she's gonna show up here with 7 new pages?
Oh, don't, Aggie. They haven't even learned the last batch of free writes.
Small wonder. The way Polly keeps inviting Phyllis to dinner and getting her part fattened is almost big as she is now.
Aggie, don't you start with the fat jokes now. I'm having enough trouble with Saul.
If Polly had a way, this play would be a one-woman monologue.
Well, at least Phyllis is letting us do her play free.
Naturally, nobody would pay money to do it.
Aggie, be fair. It's not that bad.
Oh, I suppose not. But if Polly keeps patting her
She
part...
won't. I'll have to put my foot down. It's only 3 days until dress rehearsal. We'll be lucky if we've learned the lines we've got.
I don't know about that. Some of the mistakes tonight are better than the original lines. If you just let the cast alone, this show could be a riot.
Aggie, Murder Most Foul is not a comedy. Phyllis Montague would scream if the audience started laughing at it. She'd pass right out on the floor.
Well, then, you'd better have the smelling salts handy for opening night.
Oh, Aggie. Is there anything left in the pot?
Not if you're lucky. Then let it be a lesson to you.
And we still haven't done a full run-through.
Thank your friend Phyllis for that.
You mustn't blame Phyllis, Billy. She's simply a perfectionist.
But if she wasn't satisfied with the script, why did she submit it?
Because if we hadn't picked it to do now, we would have to wait the whole year to get it done.
But why couldn't we do it as our next show?
Because we've got our audiences preconditioned.
Brainwashed is more like it.
That's putting it rather strongly, Saul.
It's the unvarnished truth is what it is. Every year, without fail, we do a mystery, comedy, drama, musical in that order. Never winning. Ugh. Ugh.
Yes, but why?
We started the theatre that way, and it just got to be a habit for us and our patrons.
But what would be the harm if you mixed it up?
It would confuse people. Musical fans would show up to drama and start laughing to the tragic moments. Comedy fans would show up to the musical and start singing to all, I don't know what.
Or stop during the mystery.
They may still do that. Aggie, whose side are you on anyway?
On the side of sanity, which doesn't do me much good around here.
All right, I'm done. Let's see we get going. Come on.
Oh, relax, all. You know, we're all much too tense tonight. Why do we keep snapping at each other the way we do? This near the opening, we're usually kidding around and having a marvelous time.
If you want my opinion, we're running scared.
Scared of what?
In our own way, Smitty, we're just as perfectionist as our author. We want the show to be a smash hit, not a smash up.
I'm in.
We'll get it. Somehow, no matter how awful the show may look in rehearsal, we always manage to pull it off by show night.
That's with the printed script, Polly. This typewritten stuff is okay, don't get me wrong. It's all the revisions that are killing us.
But Phyllis Montague gave me her solemn word.
It's the only kind of word she knows. I bet she's never giggled in her life.
And she promised the same thing last week, Polly. Then showed up on Monday with 3 new scenes.
I wish she wouldn't keep changing the identity of the murderer. I don't know whether to radiate menace or charm everyone.
Well, you won't do either, just standing there. Come on, everybody, positions.
We'd better. I've got to get home and study for the biology exam.
Wait, Smitty. Jerry, are we taking it from the top?
No, let's take it from Violet's line. When Smitty made her entrance too early and do the part we skipped.
I can't remember what my line is.
Aggie, throw her a cue.
Hold on, just let me find the page. Okay, I found it. Violet, I'll feed his Billy line, then you start.
Okay.
Ah, but Lady Margaret, he might have had motor trouble.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he hasn't had a... Wait, I'll get it.
I certainly hope so.
Quiet, Polly. Go on, Violet.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he hasn't had an accident. These roads can be treacherous at night. Is that
No. That was treacherous. Wait for lecherous.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Well, who does have the next line?
It's Polly's. Oh, my, let me see. It's... No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'll get it.
I certainly hope so.
Oh, for the love of...
I've got it. Violet, would you...
Roads can be treacherous at night.
Oh, don't say such a thing. It would make one think that perhaps there was some truth after all in that story about the curse.
Nonsense, my dear. There's no such thing as a curse.
And yet everyone who has ever owned a Delhi diamond... Jerry, does it have to be called that? It sounds like it comes from a delicatessen.
That's because you're not sounding the H, Billy. It's Delhi, not Delhi.
No. The H is silent, Polly. It is pronounced Delhi.
Can't we please go on? I've got to study for that exam.
No, wait, Smitty. I think Billy's got a point. It does sound like it belongs alongside the liverwurst. It looks all right when you read it in the script, but it sounds just plain silly.
Fine, so we'll call it the Calcutta Diamond.
No. You can't do that. Phyllis Montague told me specifically that she chose that name for its lovely alliteration. Delhi Diamond.
Okay, fine, you can have your alliteration. We'll call it the Calcutta Carbuncle.
Carbuncle?
It's a garnet cut, whatchamacallit, a cabochon.
Well, it sounds like a big zit.
So do you.
Saul, stop it. There must be another gem we can use.
You shouldn't tamper with Phyllis's dialogue like that. She won't like it.
She'd like it a lot less if her Delhi diamond gets a laugh.
Jerry's right, dear. Maybe we should have a different name for it.
Well, I mean...
Hey, I've got it. Let's call it the Ranchable Ruby.
Hey, I like that. It's got class.
But whatever, will we tell Phyllis?
Tell her she rewrote it that way. She's done so many revisions, she'll probably believe it.
Well, let's hope so. Meanwhile, children, can we please return to the play?
Okay. Where was I?
Hey, Jerry, should I write that change or not?
Do it in pencil just in case.
Gotcha.
Go ahead, Billy.
How does the Ranchable...
Fake it! Nobody has to read it but you! Go ahead with your line. It's the one right after Lord Dudley scoffs at the curse.
Yeah. And yet everyone who has ever owned the Ranchable Ruby has always met with a dreadful demise.
There, you see? I knew there was a reason for Phyllis's words. It's double alliteration. Delhi, diamond, and dreadful demise.
Oh, give it
Oh,
up.
you cannot talk to my wife like that.
Saul, stop it. Actually, who gives a damn? Anyways, Billy, go on.
And yet everyone who has ever owned the Ranchable Ruby has always met with a rotten requiem.
Oh, come on, Billy, you sound like an elocution teacher.
So does Phyllis Montague.
Now really.
It double alliterates, doesn't it?
Billy, don't. Leave the lines ending as written, please.
Okay. Has always met with a dreadful demise.
But Percival doesn't own the diamond, the ruby anymore. Not since he sold it to Lord Dudley for Lady Margaret's collection.
Nevertheless, Percival did own it, and that might be enough.
See here, Dr. Forbes, you are a man of science. Surely you don't believe in curses.
I only know there are strange things in the history of India, things which defy rational explanation.
Nonsense! Sheer poppycock! Superstitious drivel!
Quite possibly, Lord Dudley, and yet, where is Sir Percival?
Frankly, I'm glad he's not here.
Why, Diana, what a thing to say.
I mean it. Sir Percival is no gentleman.
Now, what are you saying?
When he looks at me, I feel as though his hands were moving all over me.
But he is a knight of the realm.
He is a disgusting toad, and such toads can be lecherous at night. Begging your pardon, my lord, but should we delay dinner any longer?
Louis, what are you doing?
Isn't that phone? I turned 2 pages at once. Sorry about that.
Sorry, he says, if he does that during the performance.
He won't, Polly, he won't. Louis, you've got to be more careful.
Right. Oh, now we know the phone works.
That man I could.
No, you couldn't. Louis has a black belt in karate.
And how do you know I haven't?
They only go up to size 44.
That doesn't act true.
Now, Andy, you mustn't be hasty about this.
I was only kidding.
What was that crash?
Oh, I better apologize.
What do we do now?
You can walk around us. She's got us even done every scene in the show.
Not the love scene in Act 2. Maybe we could do that.
Can't we wait till we get a real sofa? The plastic's awfully hard to cuddle on.
Yeah, when do we get the real sofa, Aggie?
We should have had it 2 days ago.
Well, can you call and find out?
I could try.
Jerry, you want to look at that corridor wall?
Yes, I'd better. I'm getting very worried about those braces.
You and me both. I've got 6 2x4s on it already, and the thing still flaps like a sail.
Well, I guess I'll go hit the old biology book.
You've got it here?
Why not? All the time I spend waiting to make my entrance, I could study for 3 exams.
Well, Violet, what you say?
Oh, all right. Ready when you are.
On your mark, get set. Oh, Diana, I was seeking Lady Margaret.
Lady Margaret is cutting rose in the garden, Stephen. She may not return for some time.
I see. Would you mind if I waited for her here?
Naturally not.
Might I sit?
If you are so inclined.
Diana,
Yes, Stephen?
would you take offense if I were to?
Stephen, what are you trying to say?
Oh, dash it all, Diana. Must we play at words? You know the message that longs to cry from within my heart.
Is it possible? Do I dare for a moment imagine that the message in your heart is the self-same message that cries out from within my own?
Oh, Diana, do you mean? Do I dare to dream?
Have a care, sir, have a care. For you know that I am betrothed to another man.
And yet you do not draw away.
Stephen, can you not reason out why?
I am almost afraid to.
Then seize a noble trepidation, Stephen Sellers. For though I am a high-born lady, I am also a woman.
Oh, Diana.
Oh, Stephen, if Dr. Forbes should come upon us.
Then hang your luscious fiancé. He shall not have you.
Oh, Stephen.
Oh, Diana.
Oh, Stephen.
Oh, Diana.
Oh, Billy.
Oh, my lips.
What's all that clattering? Ha! No wonder you want a real sofa.
Now, Louis.
I didn't see a thing. Not a thing.
Billy, do you think he suspects?
How could he? I didn't suspect myself until just a moment ago.
Oh, darling, neither did I. Billy, that sounds like it's Montague.
Tonight? But she said she wouldn't be back until dress rehearsal.
Did you all hear what I heard? It sounded like Phyllis.
Probably with 5 new pages of dialogue for you.
Saul, I just accepted one apology from you. You want to have to make another?
Sorry, Polly.
Bye, Phyllis. We weren't expecting you. At least not tonight.
Oh, I know. I'm being Oh, I know I'm being a naughty girl, Geraldine, but I have so many new and good things to share with you all. Wait until the dress rehearsal.
Well, that's a mercy.
Phyllis, more changes We open in 4 nights.
I know. That's why I decided not to wait until the dress rehearsal to stop by. This would be much too much to have to learn in 1 night.
Phyllis, what makes you think we can do it in 3?
Oh, don't be a tease, Henry. It's really all very simple. Simply added just 1 extra character and cut the love scene.
Cut the love scene?
Perhaps I'm putting it too strongly. It's not precisely cut. Just cut out of Act 2 and move back to Act 1.
Oh, well, that's not so bad.
Except it's no longer between Diana and Stephen.
What?
Oh, thank God.
Then, between who else?
Yeah, the Lord of the Lady already married, Phyllis.
You can't meet the doctor and the maid, can you?
Oh dear. I have got myself clear. Diana will still play the scene, only now it's with Sir Percival.
What? But Phyllis,
How can you do such a thing?
Oh well, I got to thinking that perhaps the Knight of the Realm was a better cast for Diana than a mere rich commoner like Stephen.
Phyllis, I didn't say why. I said, how can you do it? You don't have a Sir Percival in the play.
exactly. Everybody refers to him all the time, but he never actually appears.
Besides, it's kind of rough on Diana if you make that switch. Considering that I bump off Percival before I shop at the house.
You do?
Phyllis, dear, don't you remember the plot of your own play?
Oh, of course I do. But I don't recall it further. Show me where it says so. I don't believe I wrote.
We never actually see it done, but once we find out that Percival has vanished and Rex has the famous gemstone Percival was bringing to the party, we figured out who killed him. See?
Murder. You know, I never thought of it as a murder. I just thought that perhaps Rex had picked Percival's pocket and perhaps drained all the petrol from the tank of his car to keep him attending the party. After all, murder is so
Popular with our patrons? And we're already advertising it as a murder mystery.
And we do open in 4 nights, Phyllis, so big like it's a bit silly George for Percival's.
Oh, but I've written you all the loveliest new lines. Won't you at least have a look at them?
Oh, all right.
Phyllis?
I'm pregnant?
You're what?
I mean, Diana is, but who's the father?
Oh, that's on the 5th sheet.
What, Dudley? Henry?
Polly, don't be an idiot, dear.
Oh, yes. But it was a bit of a shock, though.
No. This is crazy. Phyllis, how can Dudley be the father when he and Diana just met?
Oh, that's on the 10th sheet.
Amnesia?
Yes, because that explains why he doesn't recall their meeting.
But if she's carrying his child, Diana must remember something.
No. That's on the 17th sheet. You see? It was a very dark night.
Oh, this is totally impossible. The entire thrust of the plot is altered. Everybody has a brand new motivation for what they do.
Well, surely with a little work.
In the next 4 days?
We couldn't do it for months.
But I've worked so hard.
And we haven't. There's no way we can make these changes at this late date.
But there's such little changes.
Little? What about the ending? If Stephen's going to marry Diana, won't a pregnancy guy put a crimp in the festivities?
Well, I'm still working on that.
Phyllis, more changes. Do you have any notion how hard it is to do a play? Even a play that doesn't change direction every 3 days. This trip should have been finalized 2 weeks ago. What's this?
Very fucking goes into shock at the news of Diana's pregnancy and loses the moral speed.
Really? Say maybe this version's not so bad after all.
Saul,
And what about my mother?
what about your mother?
Well, when I first tried out for the part, my mother insisted on going over the script because she didn't want me in a play like this. If Diana's pregnant, I'll have to quit the show.
No. But she's only 2 months pregnant. I mean, it's not going to show.
Mothers think ahead.
Well, of course, if you'd all rather not do my little play.
Now, hold it right there, Phyllis. We all appreciate the chance to do a play for which we do not have to pay royalties. In fact, doing your show would put the theatre budget in the black for the first time in 6 months. However, when the play reading committee agreed to do this play of yours, it was on the basis of the original script. Now that play, we promised to do, and we will. But all this new stuff has nothing to do with our agreement.
You're telling me that you now feel free to reject my play?
Not the play's first submitted, Phyllis, and I'll even allow you all the alterations you've already made. But this last match is just too much.
Do you have the authority to speak for the entire committee?
No, but when I tell them it's either the first version or no version, I'll have their unanimous backing.
Well, of course, if you really feel so strongly about this, dear Geraldine. Polly, how do you feel about it?
Well, it is rather close to opening night, Phyllis. And of course, perhaps...
Remember, she cut all your speeches?
I am with Jerry.
Me too.
You bet.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Right on.
Thanks anyway.
Nice try. Sorry, Phyllis.
All right. Go ahead and do the original version. But if the show's reviews turn out to be a box office disaster, well...
We don't remember who wrote the original.
Do you think maybe we were all a little rough on her?
He did take it rather hard.
She said once at dinner, she looks upon this play as a child.
The only offspring she'll ever have.
And when she tried to make that child a little bit prettier...
Oh dear, I wish you hadn't put it like that.
Oh, come on, Jerry, don't be a sap. She wasn't making a child prettier. She was giving it an extra head.
You're right. Let's leave the kid alone. Start learning to love it as is.
Now you're talking.
Come on, everyone. You came here to rehearse, so let's rehearse.
I'll give you all to the count of 3. And if I don't hear some snappy dialogue, I'm picking up that hammer again.
And I'll hold the nails.
And I'm grabbing another cup of coffee. You people, pick up your long faces and get into character.
Wait, Jerry, are we taking it from the top?
No, take it from Saul's and about the telegraph office.
Right. Well, as a matter of fact, I don't have it. The message was phoned from the telegraph office.
Doris, have there been any telephone messages this evening?
Now listen, you insolent young pup. Are you doubting my word?
Oh, of course he isn't, Rex. Stephen, you should apologize to Dr. Forbes.
Oh, I shall, as soon as Doris answers my question.
No, sir.
What? Are you quite sure?
The telephone has been out of order since this afternoon, Mum.
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Forbes?
Does that answer your question?
Stephen, I believe you, Dr. Forbes, an apology.
You had better answer that, Doris, before we owe the corridor an apology too.
Yes, sir. Hello? Who? Why, yes, he is. Just a moment. It's for you, sir.
Who is it, Doris?
Sir Percival.
It can't be. I mean...
Yes, Doctor. What exactly do you mean?
Why,
What? No. Why, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Why, Dudley? You look so strange. What did Percival say?
Excuse me, just a moment. Could we take it back a few lines?
Did we do something wrong?
No, of course not. I just wanted to see what you all were doing when the phone rang.
It's a long way to the end of the act, Jerry. Do you think...
This will only take a moment, Aggie. Just back up to Smitty's line about the phone, all right?
All right.
The telephone has been out of order since this afternoon, Mum.
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Forbes?
Louis!
Sorry, I forgot to wind the tape back. Hang on. Now I've got it.
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Forbes?
Oops, wrong place.
And only 4 more days till opening night.
I'll get it. Oops. Sorry. Damn it all to hell.
Hit the pause button. 2 lines after. Hit the pause button. Louis!
Aggie, why isn't the curtain open?
There's a draft up here. The curtain keeps some of it out.
That's because someone left the front door open. I closed it.
Why are theatres always drafty backstage?
They designed the way on purpose. The breeze comes in handy if the play smells.
I don't suppose you have a particular play in mind, Aggie.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Hey Jerry, how do you like this thing? Looks real, doesn't it?
It certainly does. It was nice of Phyllis to lend it to us for the show. Costume jewelry that good? Is awfully expensive.
Hey, Jerry, have you figured out yet what to do with the central stone? We still haven't told Phyllis that we're an accidental diamond. How are we going to pass this thing off as a ruby?
As a matter of fact, Billy came up with a solution to that. From now on, it's known as the White Ruby of Ranchipur.
Is there such a thing as a white ruby?
There is now.
You ready for the dancers?
If they're all ready.
Well, if they're not, it's a tough luck. Dancers, on stage!
Oh God, how are we going to take this? Heaven, help us all. Aggie, where are our players?
You want them?
If they're all in costume.
Everybody on stage!
Aggie, call them fast.
Everybody on stage, I said!
Excuse me. Line up along the front of the stage, will you? I want to see how you all look. Where's Polly? Why is she always so late?
She was saying something about her dress being short.
Thank you for coming, Polly. Well, the costumes seem to fit all right.
I think mine's just a little bit too small for me.
Hey, I didn't say a word.
And you'd better not. Polly, be fair. It's one thing if he picks up on you. But if you're going to blow up every time you think he might say something.
Yes, you're right. I apologize, so. Pre-rehearsal jitters, I guess.
No problem.
Violet, why aren't you wearing that wig?
It's too big. Let me show you. See, I look like British sheepdog.
Well, can't you just pat it or take a tuck in it or something?
I'll think of something. I didn't have time just now.
Fine. Well, you're all going to look just fine. Now let's see how well you can act.
Position to act one?
Yes, we may as well start.
You want to do it with the curtain?
Yes, I do. I want everything just as it is for the performance.
Jerry, I think you just got your wish.
In spades.
Oh, dear Geraldine, I have the most dreadful news. We're going to have to change the name if I play.
What? But Phyllis, the programs are all printed and the publicity has been mailed out.
But we must. I've just discovered a movie with the same title. Murder Most Foul.
Phyllis, no one in the audience is likely to be confused. They can see this isn't a movie.
Right, in a movie no one forgets their lines.
Don't say things like that, Saul. I'm having enough trouble already.
Oh, I do hope you're joking, Marla.
Who? Oh, I almost forgot your real name, Smitty.
No one ever uses it, except my mother.
And Phyllis.
Oh, but I think nicknames are so vulgar, Saul. Don't you?
I'm the wrong guy to ask. Phil.
Phyllis, I'm so glad you're here tonight. Because, you know, You can be a great help to all of us.
Really? How?
How? Now that is a very good question, Phyllis. Well, you know, you can help with the lines and see that everybody's doing them properly.
And where does it leave me?
Aggie, I didn't mean the words exactly. I meant all the subtle little nuances of the interpretation.
Shall I sit down there beside you?
No. I make notes all the time during rehearsal. I might distract you.
Louis, have you got a chair for a playwright back there?
If you've got a dust rag,
Oh, this is thrilling. Simply thrilling.
You got any other nice little surprises for us? I could use a thrill right now.
It'll be okay, Saul. Just don't lose your temper.
What the hell are nuances?
Don't ask. Just grit your teeth and pray you've got him.
I thought you wanted us to go straight through without interruption. How are we supposed to do that with Phyllis back there listening for nuances?
Cheer up. Maybe Louis drop a sandbag on her.
I'm ready.
Okay. Louis, dim the lamp. Dim the lights, Louis.
gotcha.
Lord Dudley, will there be anyone at dinner tonight besides Sir Percival, the famous archaeologist, Dr. Rex Fox, the famous scientist, and Stephen Sellers, the famous millionaire?
Other than myself and Lady Margaret, my wife, and the lovely socialite Diana Lassiter. No, Doris.
That's what I thought.
I see, Diana. Have you yet located that book on the famous jewels of India that I had told you must be there on that shelf?
Ah, yes, here it is. Oh, I say, Lord Dudley, you didn't tell me there was a curse on the white ruby of Ranchipur.
It's all right, Phyllis. It's all right.
That's supposed to be the Delhi diamond.
We had to change it, Phyllis.
It looks silly next to the liverwurst.
We just wanted to keep it that way.
Phyllis, trust me. Please go back off the stage and Aggie will explain the change to you. Please, Phyllis. We open tomorrow night.
Very well. Very well.
Go ahead with the show, people.
From the top, I already put the feather duster away.
No, right from where we broke.
All right, Violet, would you?
The famous white ruby of Ranchipur.
Fiddlesticks! A lot of hogwash! Damn superstitious rot!
But the book distinctly says that Lord Clyde Fortescue, the first owner of the white ruby of Ranchipur... Jerry, can I just say ruby? I hate to say the whole mouthful every time.
Yes, just go on.
Distinctly says that Lord Clyde Fortescue, the first owner of the ruby, was found floating in his tub, in his own blood. And the next owner, Sir Giles Renfrew, had no sooner purchased the ruby from Lord Clyde's estate when he was found in his stables, trampled to death by his favorite horse. And the next owner...
Fiddlesticks! A lot... Nope. Balderdash! Nonsense! A lot of old wives' tales.
How can it be? They are all dead, aren't they?
Yes, but consider, I bought the ruby this morning and I am fine. Oh!
Lord Dudley, is anything wrong?
No, nothing. Just one of my beastly attacks.
How long have you had them?
Since this morning.
You don't suppose...
Ridiculous! Sheer coincidence! Merest chance!
Dr. Forbes is here, Lord Dudley.
Ah, it is your fiancé, Diana. Jerry, that's a pretty dumb line. She knows that's her fiancé.
But the audience doesn't.
Why don't I just wear a signboard?
Now really, Saul.
Will you all stop your gabbing and return to the play? It's far too late to make alterations now.
All right. Ah, it is a fiancé, Diana.
Yes, being engaged to the world-famous scientist has made me the envy of all the girls in England.
Ah, but a lovely belle like you deserves to have a ring. Ah.
Speaking of dumb lines,
Violet!
The merriment contrasted.
that's the general atmosphere, all right?
Will you all please?
Yes. You flatter me, Lord Dudley.
Doris, will you show the gentleman in?
At once, my lord.
Lord Dudley, Diana.
I'm sure you two young people would want to be alone. I just stroll off to my room and putter about.
Not that exit, Henry. That goes to the kitchen and the maid's quarters.
You're right. I mean, she's quite a good-looking maid.
Henry!
Oh, only joking, dear.
You mean I'm not good looking?
Oh, well,
Henry, just finish your line and go.
someone's gonna write first.
I do? Oh, right. Really, Lord Dudley, you needn't go.
Nonsense! I was once in love myself.
Why does he say that in the past tense? Please, Polly. Sorry.
My dearest darling,
My sweet.
I have a little surprise for you. The white ruby of Ranchport.
Oh, how incredibly lovely it is. Might I try it on?
Not afraid of the curse?
Well, not very much. May I please?
Certainly you shall. You'll allow me. It is lovely, it's a lovely setting.
Oh, Rex, what a thing to say.
I cannot decide which is lovelier, you or that fabulous gem.
I simply must see myself in it. Let me go find a mirror.
Diana, that necklace, how dare you? Take it off at once.
Lady Margaret, I was only...
Take it off, I say, this instant.
Here now, Lady Margaret, there's surely no harm done.
No harm, you say? How could you endanger the life of this dear girl? And your own fiancé, no less.
Oh, I don't believe in that silly curse, Lady Margaret. After all, this is the 20th century. Oh,
Diana, are you alright?
yes, I think so. It was just momentary. The room seemed to dip. My head started to spin. Oh, but I'm quite all right now.
I shall place this where it can do no more harm.
Aren't you being silly, Lady Margaret?
Perhaps I am, but it is better to be safe than sorry.
Should you not at least wait until Lord Dudley sees his newest possession?
He shall see it in good time, when I feel brave enough to wear it. And do not forget, he purchased it for me. So it is an actuality, mine to deal with.
We have to be ready by tomorrow night. Never. We're almost an hour already and we're not even halfway through the first act.
And we've only had 2 rehearsals for third, and that's the most important act in the show.
Aggie's right. That's the act we're really panicky about.
Why don't we do that act right now? It's hard to do everything that comes before it with that act hanging over our heads. If we felt more confident about it, I'm sure...
All right. Anything to get this show nailed down. Okay. Let's do the third act, get our confidence, and then run all 3 acts as fast as we can. All right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, everybody. Top of Act 3. I've got it! Phyllis, you can't just keep interrupting rehearsals this way.
But I thought the plot was deliverable.
Damn it, that's already been solved.
These profanities, son.
That's what you think.
Please hear me out. I was so concerned with the loss of my love.
All right. Let's hear it. But be quick.
We don't have to call it the Delhi diamond. We call it the Darjeeling diamond. You see, it's after it in India only now.
I get it. Thank you very much. We'll make the change. Now please get off the stage, and I don't want to hear or see you again until we finish rehearsing this act. Okay?
You don't have to get so huffy about it.
Has everybody got the new name for that stupid gem?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Positions. Take it from top of Act 3, and no stopping.
What do you want to bet?
Please, Louis.
I thought it was a great idea to pick up some extra cash.
Places, everybody, and the next person who interrupts dies. I don't mean get yelled at. I don't mean chewed out. I mean dies.
On your marks, get set, go!
I love that League of the most charming parties in the whole thing then.
Diana, too kind of a person could not be here.
You know, what a person, he never said anything about a party and then not showed up. And he doesn't say a word.
But Lady Margaret, he might have had more trouble.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he has had an accident. He showed up in church tonight.
Oh, damn
Wait. This is all my fault. I should be providing you with a pleasant atmosphere to walk in, not strike terror into all your hearts. Just take it from where you're at and slow it down a little.
Does that mean you're not gonna kill Polly?
Yes, but don't you start feeling too secure.
Right.
Go ahead, Polly. The roads can be treacherous at night.
I can't think. My mind's gone blank.
Don't say such a thing. It would make one think.
Oh, yes, of course. Now I've got it. Don't say such a thing. It would make one think that perhaps there was some truth after all in that story about the curse.
Nonsense, my dear. There's no such thing as a curse.
And yet everyone who has ever owned the dead in the room... Wait, I get it. The Darjeeling Diamond. The Darjeeling Diamond.
Beautiful, just beautiful. Finish! Sorry.
Has always met with a dreadful demise.
But Percival doesn't own the diamond anymore. Not since he sold it to Lord Dudley for Lady Margaret's collection.
Nevertheless, Percival did own it, and that might be enough.
See here, Dr. Fobbs. I mean Fobbs.
Stop it, all of you. Take a deep breath and relax. Good. Now, just go on and enjoy yourselves.
You are a man of science. Surely you don't believe in curses.
I only know there are strange things in the history of India. Things which defy rational explanation.
Nonsense! Sheer poppy pop. Poppy pop?
Quite probably. Oh, damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
Relax. You don't sit too tense. Slow and easy does it.
Quite possibly, Lord Dudley, and yet...
And yet...
Where is Sir Percival?
Frankly, I'm glad he's not here.
Why, Diana? What a thing to say!
I mean it. Sir Percival is no gentleman.
Where now? What are you saying?
When he looks at me, I feel as though his pants were moving all over me. What's the matter?
It's his hands, Violet. His hands.
That's what I said.
You said pants?
Look at you, I'm funniest one. But we would like Smitty to get home sometime before dawn.
Right. I'm sorry. I feel as though his hands were moving all over me.
But he is a
That's it. Laugh it up. We'll see just how funny you think this is tomorrow night.
Night of the realm.
He is a disgusting toad, and such toads can be lecherous at night. Begging your pardon, my lord.
You'll be just fine.
Should we delay dinner any longer?
No, I think not. Can't wait for Sir Percival forever. Shall we, my dear?
I suppose so. But don't you think someone should call Percival's flat and ascertain the reason for his absence?
Do you know that might be a sound idea? There's something distinctly odd about all of this.
All of what, Stephen?
This business about Percival and the necklace. He did say he was bringing tonight, Lady Margaret.
Well,
Now what's the matter?
Well, you see, Saul brings the necklace in the first act, and then I put it in the safe. So then, how can I say that?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I forgot to give you the new line. When I rewrote the first act a few weeks back, I completely forgot about that line in this act.
Wow, this is hell of a time to think of it. What is the new line, Phyllis?
Well, I don't have the rewrite with me.
Approximately then. Just give us the gist of it and we'll improvise.
Well, point like saying, I've thought about it. Do you see?
What?
Polly, can you handle that? I think so. Okay, just get on with this thing and I'm grabbing another cup of coffee.
Billy, would you?
He did say he was bringing it tonight, Lady Margaret.
Well, actually, I never spoke with him directly. But there was a message delivered this morning in the post saying that he asked Dr. Forbes to bring it for him.
What? On St. Swithin's Day?
Wait a minute. That sounds as if it's against the law to ask somebody to deliver things on that day. The part about the post is to come last, Polly.
Oh, let me try this. But Dr. Forbes told me that Percival had asked him to deliver it in a message delivered this morning in the post.
Much better. Go ahead, Smitty.
What? On St. Swithin's Day?
By Jove! I never thought of that. Margaret, are you certain about that message?
Why? Come to think of it.
No! You didn't receive a message?
Oh, yes, I did. But now I wonder if it were actually from Percival.
But did it come by post?
I assumed it had, but...
Assumed? You mean you did actually see the...
Why? No!
Then how did you know its content?
Why? Oh! Dr. Forbes told me what it had said.
Why? Is there a reason I shouldn't have?
Why? No, of course not, old chap. Only if there was no delivery of the post, then how...
It was not a letter. It was a telegram.
Aha! I should very much like to see that telegram.
Well, as a matter of fact, I don't have it. The message was forwarded from the telegraph office.
Doris, have there been any telephone messages this evening?
Now listen here, you insolent young pup. Are you doubting my word?
Oh, of course it isn't, Rex. Stephen, you should apologize to Dr. Forbes.
Oh, I shall, as soon as Doris answers my question.
No, sir.
What? Are you quite sure?
The telephone has been out of order since this afternoon, Mum.
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Bob?
Does that answer your question?
Stephen, I believe you owe Dr. Forbes an apology.
You had better answer that, Doris, before we owe the coroner an apology too.
Yes, sir. Hello? Who? Why, yes, he is. Just a moment. It's for you, sir.
Who is it, Doris?
Sir Percival.
Can't be. I mean...
Yes, Doctor. What exactly do you mean?
Why,
What? No! Why, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Why, Dudley? You look so strange. What did Percival say?
That was not Sir Percival.
Then, who was it?
That was a good friend of mine, Miles Taylor.
Stephen, I do not understand.
Nor I.
It is very simple. I asked Miles to ring up and say he was the Percival, so that I could observe the effect it will have upon Dr. Forbes. I think you would all agree that he was struck dumbfounded.
Nonsense!
That is not nonsense, sir. I myself observed the self-same reaction. Myself.
But what does it mean?
Yes, what does it mean?
Yes, what can it possibly mean?
I can explain what it means. It means that this man, after murdering the Percival for the necklace,
How dare you, sir? And I'll be in court for this. Such accusations are actionable. To tarnish my good name, it's libelous.
I cannot be successful in an accusation to prove.
Just how do you get to prove them to?
So look at that necklace. Would you mind getting it for me, Dr. Forbes?
The necklace, the special one, that necklace, I'll show you. Aggie!
Oh, golly, I forgot. I won't forget tomorrow night. I swear I won't. Things have just been kind of hectic with Phyllis here.
Aggie, don't cross us, audience can see you.
I won't. I was just in a hurry.
Heaven, help us all.
There, now show me your ridiculous proof.
You yourself have shown the proof, Dr. Forbes. For if you're not the murderer, how did you know the combination to that thing?
Great heavens, he's right!
Blast you, Stephen Sellers, but there's one thing you do not take into account. I am armed.
Oh!
You, sir, are a scoundrel.
And I should very much like to sign our engagement this moment.
In that case, will you marry me, Diana?
With all my heart, Stephen.
Aww.
Doris, telephone at once for the constabulary!
Do so in your den, my dear.
Oh, Mom, what shall I do?
Just raise your hand, and the rest of you do likewise. Aggie, the telephone's supposed to ring there.
I didn't forgot this is going to be held tomorrow night. Dashing to the same with the necklace and dashing back to ring the phone, not to mention calling the script fucking cute people.
I can pass the necklace to him tomorrow night if you'd like. I'd feel much safer having it in my possession anyhow. But won't you be seated out front? I can come up for that part. I'll have to be backstage anyhow so I can keep part for my bow. I don't know.
We'll hash it out later. Right now, let's get on this thing.
Right. And the rest of you do likewise. Damn and blah, who's that?
That was my friend Miles Taylor. For if I do not answer, he shall summon the law, and they shall arrive with the one for your arrest. Stanley Grimes!
Stanley Grimes? Do you mean that criminal laboratory assistant to Dr. Forbes?
To the late Dr. Forbes, unless I miss my guess. You are done with your fiendish friendly Grimes. Put down the mistletoe now.
Never! I may go to the gallows, but none of you shall live to see it.
Please, my lord, might I leave the room?
Stand where you are. But before I destroy you all, I must know how did you come to suspect me, Senator?
I write here late, as you all know. As a result, I had time to hear the news broadcast which told of the findings of Sir Percival's body. death of a rare Indian cobra poison. You, of course, had already disconnected the telephone here at the switch box, so no one else would hear the news. But when I accidentally knocked down your overcoat as I was hanging up my own, and I found a flag of that very poison in your pocket, why then I knew, of course. I immediately reconnected the phone, rang up my terror plan and...
Excuse me, my dearest darling, but what did you know when you found this foul fiend's flag again?
Why, how this man had schemed to keep alive the legend of that curse. He had immersed the necklace in the cobra poison so that all who would handle it would become shortly ill. In that way, he thought to devalue it and make Lady Margaret loathe the sight of it. So anxious she would be to set a bubble.
And I would have been too. Oh, curse you, Stanley Grimes!
Curse? Bah! There is no such thing as curses. I have soaked my hands in antitoxins to prevent penetration of that potent poison too.
Police!
What the hell is that, Aggie?
You can feel that tomorrow night.
Aha! My delayed tactics have worked. The law is upon you, Stanley Grant. Surrender yourself.
Never! I will sell this necklace for a fortune and move well into another country. Oh.
Oh! It's the curse! The curse of the... Thanks, Henry. The curse of the Darjeeling diamond!
He's dead!
Yes, he has walked the laws of society, and now a higher power has intervened.
Oh, Stephen, hold me, hold me.
Curtain, shall I lower it, Jerry? Hell no! We're only just begun. Okay, you've had a third act, now from the top of Act 1. And no stopping. It's already 10:30.
My mother is going to murder me.
Ah, but my dear, it is in such a good cause.
Well, this is it, gang. Any moment now, they're going to open the doors and let the audience in. That's good, Smitty. The worst way to approach a performance is with complacency. Nervousness gives a player energy. And don't think I won't. I used to be a sergeant in the paratroops. Everybody jumped, whether they wanted to or not.
I'm not scared of the regular audience. If we goof, they'll probably never know it. What's giving me the cold sweat is the thought of looking out front and seeing Jerry should recognize every error.
Then relax. I won't be out front tonight. I'll be right backstage here, helping Aggie push.
How come? Don't you want to see the show? Not that I blame you.
Maybe tomorrow night. Tonight, Phyllis will be out front. And if I sit out there, she'll want to sit next to me. I don't think I could handle that.
That reminds me, she still insists on being behind the stage to hand solve the necklace. It saves me busting my behind, galloping from the safe back to help Louis with the soundboard. I'm afraid she may get so wrapped up in listening to her play that she may forget.
If she does, this play will end with the real murder.
Well, I did it. I got all those sounds back in order on the tape. Finally! And I did add thunder and lightning effects.
What? Why? There's no thunderstorm in this play.
Who ever heard of a murder mystery without a thunderstorm? Believe me, we're gonna need it.
Louis, are you crazy? I know there's no spot in the play to have it.
Jerry, I guarantee you, there's a perfect spot for a thunderstorm effect, and it won't distract the actors.
Where?
That's gonna be my surprise.
Louis!
Trust me, have I ever let you down?
But there's no way you can...
Make it easy on yourself. Bet me $1.
Oh, you're on.
If there's one thing I love, it's a suck bet.
Yoo-hoo!
That's what I hate about stages. There's no place to hide.
Hello, hello, hello.
The magical moment is upon us at last. And so will our audience be if we don't get this curtain closed. I just wanted to wish you all the best of luck.
In show business, that's bad luck to do. You're supposed to say break a leg.
Oh, I'll never understand the theatre.
Ha ha! That's a fine thing for a playwright to say.
The audience is coming in now. Would you all like to join me in prayer?
I'll say.
We could use
Why
a
not?
miracle.
Saint Genesius, pray for us.
Saint Genesius, pray for us.
Okay, places everyone. I'm going off stage.
Saul, who's Saint Genesius?
The patron saint of actors. He performed for the Roman emperor and they had him put to death.
Oh boy, I do hope there are no emperors out front tonight.
Amen.
Lord Dudley, will there be anyone at dinner tonight besides Sir Percival, the famous archaeologist, Dr. Rex Fox, the famous scientist, and Stephen Ellis, the famous millionaire?
Other than myself and Lady Margaret, my wife, and the lovely socialite Diana Lassiter, no, Doris.
That's what I thought. Whew.
I see, Diana. Have you yet located that book on the famous jewels of India that I had told you must be there on that shelf?
Ah, yes, here it is. Oh, I say, Lord Dudley, you didn't tell me there was a curse on the Ranch Bordelli. The Darjeeling Ruby, Diamond.
It is known by many names, my dear.
It is? Oh, yes, it certainly is. Lots of them.
Fiddlesticks! A lot of hogwash! The curse, I mean, damn superstitious rot! But doesn't the book distinctly say...
But the book distinctly says that Lord Clyde Fortescue, the first owner of the Darjeeling diamond, was found floating in his tub.
Oh!
I don't mean the diamond was found floating in his tub.
No, no, of course not. But what was,
He was! In his own blood!
Oh! And the next owner?
And the next owner, Sir Giles Renfrew, had no sooner purchased the diamond from Lord Clyde's estate when he was found trampled to death by his favorite horse.
Oh! Balderdash! Nonsense! A lot of old wives' tales.
They are all dead, aren't they? The owners, not the old wives.
Yes, but consider. I bought the ruby this morning and I am fine. Oh! The diamond! Oh!
Lord Dudley, is anything wrong?
Everything.
No, no, nothing. Just one of my beastly attacks.
How long have you had them?
Since this morning.
You don't suppose...
Ridiculous! Sheer coincidence! Merest chance!
Dr. Dad is here, Lord Fobley.
Ah, it is a fiancé, Diana.
Yes, being engaged to the world-famous scientist has made me the envy of all the girls in London. In England. In London, England. Ah, but a lovely belle like you deserves to be... You flatter me, Lord Dudley. Doris, will you show the gentleman in? At once, my lord. Sir!
Coming! Lord Dudley, Diana.
I'm sure you two young people would want to be alone. I'll just toddle off to my room and putter about.
You're going the wrong way.
He must be going to use the outside stairway.
Yes, that must be it. Well,
Oh,
Really, Lord Dudley? You needn't go.
nonsense! I was once in love myself.
Damn it. My dearest darling,
my sweet,
I have a little surprise for you.
Oh dear.
I like surprises.
I thought you did.
I can't wait to find out what it is.
It's really worth waiting for.
I'm so excited.
I knew you would be.
Can't find it, huh?
I know, I must have left it in my coat. Excuse me. Where's the necklace?
Phyllis has it. I forgot to get it from her.
Just give it to me.
My evening bag.
Whoops, wrong surprise. I hope you're satisfied now that you got a full sissy. Surprise! The white ruby of Ranchpur. Or whatever it is.
Oh, how incredibly lovely it is. Might I try it on?
Not afraid of the curse?
Well, not very much. May I, please?
Certainly you shall. Here allow me. It is lovely in such a lovely setting.
Oh, Rex, what a thing to say.
I cannot decide which is lovelier. You or that fabulous gem.
I simply must see myself. Let me go find a mirror.
Diana, that necklace! How dare you? Where is it?
In here?
Take it out at once!
Here now, Lady Margaret, there's surely no harm done.
No harm, you say? How could you endanger the life of this dear girl? And your own fiancé, no less.
Oh, I don't believe in that silly curse, Lady Margaret. After all, this is the 20th century. Oh!
There now, you're right.
Yes, I think so. It was just momentary. The room seemed to dip. My head started to spin. Everybody bring us for Act 2!
Oh.
Oh, Diana, I was seeking Lady Margaret.
Lady Margaret is cutting rose in the garden, Stephen. She may not return for some time.
I see. Would you mind if I waited for a year?
Naturally not.
Might I sit?
If you're so inclined.
Diana,
Yes, Stephen?
would you take offense if I were to...
Stephen, what are you trying to say?
Oh, dash it all, Diana. Must we play at words? You know the message that longs to cry from within my heart.
Is it possible? Do I dare for a moment imagine that the message in your heart is the self-same message that cries out from within my own? Your fly is open. Hurry up.
I'm almost afraid to.
Then seize the noble trepidation, Stephen Sellers, for though I am a high-born lady, I am also a woman.
Oh, Diana.
Oh, Stephen.
Oh,
Everybody
Diana.
ready for Act 3? Places! Places! hardly. You give the most charming parties in the whole of England.
Ah, Diana, you are too kind. Oh, pity Sir Percival could not be here. Oh,
You know, I'm worried about Percival. He's never accepted an invitation to one of our parties and then not shown up. At least not while sending word.
Ah, but Lady Margaret, he might have had motor trouble.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he hasn't had an accident. These words can be treacherous at night.
Rhodes, don't say such a thing. It would make one think that perhaps there was some truth after all. That story about the curse.
nonsense, my dear. There is no such tongue as a geese. King as a thirst. Thing as a curse.
And yet everyone who has ever owned the Darjeeling diamond has always met with the dreadful demise.
But Percival doesn't own the diamond anymore. Not since he sold it to Lord Dudley for Lady Margaret's collection.
Nevertheless,
Has Saul been taking a nip between acts?
Wouldn't you?
Percival did own it, and that might be enough.
See here, Dr. Forbes, you are a man of science, so only you don't believe in curses.
Louis, has Billy?
Saul hates to drink alone.
Oh dear God.
I only know there are strange things in the history of India, things which defy rational explanation.
No, nonsense. Sheer coffee cup. Coffee cup? Superstition dribble.
Quite possibly, Lord Woodley, and yet,
And yet,
where is Sir Percival?
Frankly, I'm glad he's not here.
why, Diana? What a thing to say.
I mean it. Sir Percival is no gentleman.
Here now. What are you saying?
When he looks at me, I feel as though my hands were moving all over him.
But he is a knight of the realm.
He is a disgusting toad, and such toads can be lecherous at night. Begging your pardon, my lord, but should we delay dinner any longer?
No, I think not. Can't wait for Sir Percival forever. Shall we, my dear?
I suppose so. But don't you think someone should call Percival's flat and ascertain the reason for his absence?
Do you know, that might be a sound idea. There's something distinctly odd about all of this.
All of what, Stephen?
This business about Percival and the necklace. He did say he was bringing it tonight, Lady Margaret.
Well, actually, I never spoke with him directly, but there was a message delivered this morning on the post. In the post. On the post. The mailman brought it.
What on Swithin's-day?
By Jove! I never thought of that. Margaret, are you certain about the message? The mailman, or whatever you said?
Why, come to think of it, no.
You didn't receive a mailman?
A message.
That too?
Oh, yes, I did. But now I wonder if it were actually for Percival.
But did it come on a post?
I assumed it had, but...
Assumed? You mean you didn't actually see him? The message or the mailman?
Whatever it was, no!
Then how did you know it's content?
Why? Oh, Dr. Forbes told me what it had said.
Yes, indeed.
Why, is there any reason you shouldn't have?
Why? Is there a reason I shouldn't have?
No,
Then why do you ask?
Only if there was no delivery of the post today, then how?
It was not a letter. It was a telephone. A cable car. A telegram.
Aha! I should very much like to see that telegram.
Hey, I haven't got it. Oh, well, as a matter of fact, I don't have it. The message was phoned from a telegraph office.
Doris, have there been any telephone messages this evening?
Now listen here, you innocent young punk. Are you doubting my word?
Oh, of course he isn't, Rex. Of course he isn't, Rex.
Stephen!
Of course he isn't, Stephen.
Should I apologize to Dr. Forbes?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Oh, I shall, as soon as...
I'm Doris.
Doris answers my question.
What was the question?
I don't know.
Shall we stop? Surely someone must remember.
I'm sure as hell don't.
Me neither.
Doesn't anyone know?
No, sir.
No what?
That's the answer to the question.
What? Are you quite sure?
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Forbes?
Does that answer your question?
Stephen, I believe you, Dr. Forbes, an apology.
You had better answer that, Doris. Yes.
Hello, who? Why, yes, he is. Just a moment, it's for you. Sir!
What? No. Who is it, Doris?
Sir Percival!
Why, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It can't be. I mean,
You mean it can't be Sir Percival, right?
right.
And what exactly do you mean, Doctor?
Why,
I'm off the phone. Polly, Margaret.
Off the phone? But... Oh, why, darling? You look so strange. What did Percival say?
That was not Sir Percival.
Then who was it?
That was a good friend of mine. I can't quite remember his name.
Miles Taylor.
Miles Taylor. That was a good friend of mine.
Stephen, I do not understand.
Nor I.
I can explain what it means. It means that this man, after murdering Sir Percival for the necklace... Necklace? Did I say he was chucked dumbfounded?
Nonsense. Nonsense.
Yes, what can it possibly mean?
Doris, you forget your place.
How dare you, sir? I'll have you in court for this. Such accusations are actionable. To tarnish my good name, it's libelous.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Ah! I cannot be successfully for libel and accusation should prove true.
I just how do you do to prove them true?
I have to look at that necklace. Would you mind getting it for me, Dr. Forbes?
The necklace, there's no proof on that necklace. I'll show you. I'm sure it's in here someplace. Are you sure you put it in here, Margaret?
Like where else?
Why don't you have another look?
Oh, I shall. There, now show me your ridiculous proof.
You yourself have shown the proof, Dr. Forbes. For if you're not the murderer, how did you know the combination to that safe?
Oh, great heavens, he's right!
Blast you, Stephen Sellers! But there's one thing you did not take into account. I am armed. I am armed.
Oh! You, sir, are a scoundrel.
And I should very much like to sign our engagement this moment.
In that case, will you marry me, Violet?
Oh, Billy.
I mean, Dana.
Oh, Billy. With all my heart, Stephen.
Doris, telephone at once for the constabulary.
Do so and you're dead, my dear.
Oh, Mom, what shall I do?
Just raise your hands. And the rest of you do likewise. Jab and bluff. Who's that?
That was my friend Miles Taylor. For if I do not answer, he shall summon the law with the warrant for your arrest, Stanley Grimes.
Stanley Grimes?
So put down that pistol and surrender.
Never! I shall sell this necklace for a fortune and move well into another country.
Oh, curse you, Stanley Grimes!
Oh.
It's the curse! The curse of the Delhi diamond!
Branchford diamond!
Darjeeling diamond.
All of them.
What was that?
cannot thank you enough for the warm reception you have given my modest effort here tonight. But I would like to take this opportunity to share with you the state of theater in America today.
That was a very entertaining performance, Condon House. We now come to the end of the first evening of our Inter-House English Dramatics competition. Thank you so much, respected judges, parents, and guests for being here with us today. We look forward to seeing you all tomorrow to witness the performances of Allen House and Foy House. Good night, everyone.